Gabe, thank you for that live report. The IRS also taking a role in the battle between the Trump administration and Harvard as the president calls for an end to its tax-exempt status, among other fiscal moves. However, the funding freeze isn't having a cooling effect on one local student's desire to attend the nation's oldest university. Action News reporter Kate Nemerich spoke with that student and details the financial feud. She joins us now in studio. Kate.
Hey, Vanessa, the administration says those plans to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status were already in place before the president's Truth Social post this week. With all of this financial turmoil, I talked with a local student earlier who says, if anything, Harvard's stance is strengthening his decision to go there. As Harvard takes a stand against the Trump administration, a Clovis North student, Hassam Ramadan, is standing firm in his decision to attend the university, after the university refused the administration's demands for policy change at the school.
When they go out of their way with the power that they have and the influence and the reputability that Harvard has, it sets a precedent for less powerful institutions to do the same. And when all institutions fall in line to ensure that the Trump administration doesn't hold them back and doesn't take away their rights, it sets something powerful.
On April 11th, the administration sent Harvard a letter demanding an end to the diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. It must adopt merit-based admissions and cooperate with immigration authorities, as well as stop recognizing some clubs. The school would also have to submit to audits by the federal government. The Trump administration says the move is an effort to combat anti-Semitism on campuses.
When it comes to Harvard, the president's position on this is grounded in common sense. In the basic principle that Jewish American students or students of any faith should not be illegally harassed and targeted on our nation's college campuses. And we unfortunately saw that illegal discrimination take place on the campus of Harvard.
3 days later, the school wrote back saying they've taken steps to combat anti-Semitism on campus and they will not accept the proposed agreement. 2 days later, the Department of Homeland Security sent Harvard a letter demanding detailed records on Harvard's foreign student visa holders or lose its student and exchange visitor program certification. Harvard fired back, saying it will, quote, not surrender its independence or relinquish its constitutional rights. Andrew Crespo, a Harvard law professor, says this isn't about anti-Semitism.
This is a president who, when he was campaigning for office, said that he didn't like what was taught at America's universities and that he was going to bankrupt them unless they started teaching something different.
On Wednesday, that defiance led the president to post on Truth Social, saying, quote, perhaps Harvard should lose its tax-exempt status and be taxed as a political entity if it keeps pushing political, ideological, and terrorist-inspired supporting sickness. However, the White House since clarified, saying any actions taken by the IRS will be done independently of the president, and the investigations into violations of the tax status began prior to his post. The administration has already blocked more than $2 billion in funding from Harvard. If the IRS does try to end Harvard's tax-exempt status, which would have larger financial impacts, it would likely be challenged in court.